I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you test questions on quadratic functions. The question here is, two hydropoles are exactly 30 meters apart. A hydro line hung between them and joined at the tops of the pole forms a parabola. The middle of the hydro line hangs 3 meters below the top of the hydropoles. Determine the equation that models the hydro line. Write the equation in standard form. So basically, let us assume that we have these two hydropoles and the line is kind of like this, right? So it's kind of like this, like a parabola. Is it okay? So S fixed at the top, where what we're talking about is that in the center it hangs about 3 meters from the horizontal line. We need to find the equation of this parabola. Now we have a choice here. So what we can do is we can just fix our origin anywhere, and based on that we can write down the equation, right? One is we could think this our axis, we could think this as xy axis and then solve the question. The other is we could take center as our axis and then solve the equation. So either way you could do it. Remember that the distance between these two is 30 meters, right? 30 meters. So that is a choice for you. Now in such situations, I will prefer personally to use axis right in the center. So I'll use this as my axis and the horizontal x-axis kind of like this, and then derive the equation. The reason being that we get to work with two numbers which are, in this case, half of 30 is 15. So this will be minus 15 and the other one will be plus 15. You get an idea. And we already have that the vertex is at the origin, right? Since the vertex is at the origin, we could write this function as f of x or y equals to a, we don't know what a is, ax square. If you want to use these 2 points, then we could write this as a times x plus 15, right? Plus 15 times x minus 15. Let's write like this first, right? So that takes care of these two ends, right? And you know a plus b times a minus b is what? Is a square minus b square, right? So that gives you standard form very easily. So it says a times, let me write now like this, x square, a square minus b square minus, let me write 15 square first. Okay, so that becomes the value, expanded form. So this kind of standard form for you. To find the value of a, we could always substitute 0 for x and minus 3. Since this is like we're taking this as 0, so that becomes minus 3 for us. Is that okay? So the y value becomes minus 3. So we can write this as, now taking into consideration the point given to us, which is now 0 minus 3, we can find what a is, right? So it is minus 3 equals to a times 0 minus 15 square. Okay, let's find what 15 square is. Okay, 15 square, which is 225, right? Let's write down 225. So from here we can get what a is. A is equals to minus 3 divided by 225. Okay, so if I was using 15 square, we could have divided 3 by 15. So 5 times 15 was the number to work with. So anyway, so what you've got here is a equals to minus 1 over, you can divide this by 3, right? So 3 times 7 is 21 and 5 is 15. Once you know a, you know your function. So now you can write down the function f of x. Let me write down here the answer, which is f of x is equal to. So if I open this up here, a is minus 1 over 75, and I have here x squared minus 15 squared is 225, right? So that is the equation which you get in standard form. So we could write this as y equals to minus 1 over 75 x squared, and then this becomes plus, and when you multiply them, what do we get? 225 divided by, so we get 225 divided by 75 is equal to 3, right? As expected, we get 3. So that becomes the standard form equation for the given situation. You could have started with ax squared minus 3 also, and then derive at this stage. So I hope that really helps you to figure out how we can actually write an equation from the given situation. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.